In this video, I'm going to show you 3 ways to reduce the editing time of yourself or your team by 75% and get better results than over editing your videos. The solution is not to add more to everything, but actually less and with a better preparation. We do hundreds of videos. As you can see here, it just keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. The first tip is actually to edit less. You've been told that all these extra things will make your edit better and will get you better results. The problem is you'll have to find an editor that's really good at doing that, which is already the first pain point. The second pain point is it's going to take you so much longer to edit and you don't even know if the results will yield. Now think about it. If you're making videos for your business and you're attracting serious buyers, you really think they're there for like a fancy edit or they're there for the value you're bringing? What's really happening is if you're going to over edit your videos, people will be distracted by all the extra editing that's on screen, and the attention on the value, the things that you're teaching are pure distraction. So here are the things that you really want to focus on when editing your video. You just want to put in all the A-roll, the footage like this. You want to make sure you cut out all the fluff. Basically what you want to think about is the value per minute. How much value can you deliver to someone watching your video within a minute? And do that minute after minute after minute. Anything else you cut out. Unless you are a absolute fabulous storyteller that helps all of that bring more value to the viewer, by all means. But on average, sorry, we're not the best storytellers. Neither am I. When you do those jump cuts, like the zoom ins, only do it to make a point at the end of a sentence, not in the middle of it, because it's only distracting. And it can help cover up some of the mistakes we're making. I'm not a natural being on camera, but editing can help fix a few things. The main visuals that you want to show on screen are only 4 of them. I was going to go 3, but it's 4. You want to have simple listicles, and then the second thing that you actually want to show is half screen. The other one is full screen. You want to have text on the bottom to emphasize certain parts of the video. If there are concepts that needs more clarification, graphs, but simplified graphs are always welcome. I would also say in the beginning of your video, when you're gonna explain, like I'm gonna explain these 3 steps or this framework, and usually that's a step-by-step framework, visualize that step-by-step, because people love progression, people love timelines, and if you can visualize that, and it will keep the retention throughout the video. So people that are really interested in what you have to deliver, or people that really can use the value that you provide to them, they will stick around and they don't need all the distractions of special effects and things like that. I will give you another fun insight that I noticed. This video here is one of the best videos that we ever created, over 1 million views for a lawyer in the cannabis space. But as you can see here, every video in the beginning will have a big drop off, right? Now, what you see here is there's an interruption in that drop off. Instead of going all the way down to where it levels out, we have this. And the thing is, if you want to put text on screen, this is a big tip. Instead of putting the big block of text immediately on screen, you want to put it word by word or sentence by sentence, so the retention stays there when people are actually reading along, especially a block of text like this. There's so much text, so many numbers, so if you put this on screen immediately, it's overwhelming. Do it word by word, and people will stick around. And you can see that in the retention here as well. Another thing that we noticed, generic stock footage. People are so over it and they will skip ahead of time just to pass by the stock footage. So you want to avoid using generic stock footage. If you need to do that to emphasize a point, do something more with it. Add text on screen on top of it, or create some sort of interaction of that stock footage, but avoid it as much as you can. If you want to use B-roll, use your own B-roll while doing an action, things like that, because that's way more authentic and way more real than stock footage people have seen hundreds of times. So the results of not having to over edit your video, the editing times will be way faster. You don't need to look for an editor that is like a wizard but somebody that really understands your voice and an audience that you're trying to target. The emphasis is much more on the value you deliver. If your editor also has an eye for storytelling, definitely plus points. And I mean, people don't have to get motion sickness to watch your videos. Tip number 2, this is something I covered in a previous video, but is briefing and the preparation of your video. So where things go wrong often is where people don't provide clear directions to their video editor, and their video editor has to kind of figure out what's going on. First of all, if you don't have a script or even bullet points or a structure of where you're going through, your editor will be so confused if you're just providing them the transcript of a video where you're ranting on. That results in back and forths, multiple revisions, and then you end up spending way more time in the post-production yourself because you're trying to make sense of your own video. So I'll show you what a good preparation looks like, or the briefs that we're using. You wanna, if you're working with a video editor besides yourself, you wanna make sure this is the channel you're working with. Here are the creative guidelines we're working with. So as I showed you, the full screen, the half screen, that can be stylized towards the client. Here's the raw footage, the script, then brand guidelines, any pictures or assets that can be helpful for the edit, making sure that the naming of the video is correct, a video brief, so you provide who is the target audience, because based off how old or who you're targeting, the edit might be different. If you're editing kids, maybe you have to over edit. And then you want to provide the tone of voice, of course. Editing notes is all about what to focus on, what to avoid, and make sure that the video stays on track. It's really good to provide references, including visual references, and even like a whole video of how you want the field to be like. So that's that. Now within the script, and this is also good if you're solo editor, you want to provide notes to, hey, visualize this. I want to have this. I want to have a timeline like this. Make sure this is a half screen or a full screen. You want to make sure it's clear so there is some sort of interpretation, but not where it's just totally off the brief that you provided. Make sure to be clear on the pacing and the tone of the video. And if you need to add any B-roll to it, again, make sure that's in your script. So this alone will save you personally a lot of time because you will have to do way less revisions, but also your editor, and your editor won't burn out as much if you're gonna do this week in, week out, or maybe daily. Now the third tip is not in the editing, but before that, the recording itself. And I've been doing daily videos for this 30-day challenge. This video is already number 9. And what has helped me the most is a really good teleprompter app. Mike and I have been through dozens of teleprompter apps, and this one teleprompter app has helped us the most. And it's literally called teleprompter.com. It's an AI app that follows your voice rather than going along at a certain speed. So you won't sound as robotic by going the same speed over and over, but you can choose your own intervals basically. Some other tips that will help the video editor cut easier and make the video actually a lot better is taking natural pauses when you mess up or between sections. You can take a breath, you just have to reset yourself. And I want to show you what Mike does all the time. He's been doing videos for over 6-7 years. He literally has done 400 or 500 videos himself, and he's kind of like the guy that got so natural at using a teleprompter and being on camera. But the thing is, he makes mistakes as well. And so you see me using some hand gestures to emphasize, or it's just not as awkward than just putting my hand here, right? And so here you see Mike using hand gestures, but whenever he messes up, he resets himself so that after the cut, it feels like there's continuation.
So if you think about the YouTube videos that you watch, who never seem to stumble or go off topic, or there's no cuts at all within minutes, or there's no cuts at all for minutes and minutes, and it's like, do these guys not even make any mistakes? Chances are they're working from a very carefully crafted script.
Of course, to speed up editing time, make sure everything is positioned the same. Don't go like changing the whole position of yourself. Background noise. Now with tools like Adobe Enhancer, the AI enhancement tool for audio, things are a lot easier than what it was before. I used to do a podcast where I challenged myself to record in public spaces, and that tool alone saved everything. Like I could be in public in a bar and it still sounds like a high quality podcast. Make sure your lighting is consistent. Right now it's the morning, not even 9 a.m. and the sun will start coming up more and more. Clouds might come in, but I have the curtains closed so that there's consistency in my lighting with the setup that I have here. By implementing these 3 tips, you'll see far better results in conversions for your business. You'll cut out all the fluff, and honestly, everything will be so much faster. It also will help you with that mindset shift of you're not making pieces of art every time. And I mean, feel free to do so if that's what you want to go for. If you want to really get results, have the mindset that every video is a business asset, not a video. Saving all that time will slow down the burnout of content creation, because it's a real thing. No matter if you do it for weeks, for months, or for years, creative burnout is a thing. And trust me, being an editor for so long, we editors can burn out a lot if you're having to do the same things over and over. So make it as easy as possible for your editors or for yourself. So what I've showed you here is part of our 5-phase framework, is the editing right here. So as you can see, I've been adding new videos to each step, and the video editing is the next. If you want to have access to this resource, the link is in the description below, and it will help you get through the whole journey of YouTube creation, the strategies, the video editing, the workflows, and it will speed up everything and will get you far better results. If you want to watch the previous video on how to set up your YouTube studio, go check it out here.